Retro Games Revived here, and this is a pickups video, and it's sort of a half fail if you like. There is one or two issues that I've come across. A few of you who I consider to be very good friends in the community, you already know the main fail, and I will explain all pretty soon. So, well, I ain't got a game of choice because I ain't got a TV like most of you have, or monitors and showing games. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, rather than a game of the week or game of the month or whatever, game of the video, drink of the video, Coca-Cola Energy. Spot on, love it. It's, to me, it tastes a bit like roller cola. You remember roller cola, cheap cola from the 80s and 90s? Lovely. Right, I think first I'll do the two Commodore 64 pickups that I've just recently picked up from my storage lockup. The storage lockup, included in the rent, is a service where you can have parcels delivered there to the reception, and they'll hold them for you until you pick them up. And it's to me, it's a godsend, because myself and my wife, we both work at the same place and we both work similar times. So parcels and packages, there's going to be nobody in through the day to pick them up. And in the past I have had parcels just being left on the doorstep. Now we live in a block of council flats, and it's fair to say I don't want my parcels leaving outside the front door. Anyway, I picked up two Firebird games, and half of it is a fail. I'll show you the first one, and it's Street Warriors. Move that lamp. Ignore the $1.99 price tag. This was $2.99 and £1 postage. And like I said before, I can't really. I used to type in the search box Commodore 64 Firebird, and there's many games come up. I still do, but there's many games come up, but I've pretty much got them all from the Firebird range, Silverbird, the budget range. And now I do have a list. Well, there's a list on the internet of all the titles from the Silverbird range, and now I'm having to look at the titles and search specifically for those titles. There is quite a few that I can get hold of. Now, a lot of them are from Italy. All the blurb on the photos, all the blurb looks to be in English. I'm not overly sure, maybe somebody can enlighten me. Will the game be in English or will it be in Italian? Because there's quite a few titles I could pick up, but obviously I don't want to be spending money if they're just going to play in Italian. I can't speak Italian, so they're no good to me if they are. But if they're in English, and like I said, the blurb on the back, it's not written in Italian. The inlay, the instructions on the inlay, they're in English. So appearances seem to be that everything's in English. And if that's the case, then I will buy those games from Italy. A little bit pricier, but this is what you've got to expect when you get to that point of soaking up all the main titles. But yeah, let me know if you've any idea. It may be that I'm just going to have to buy one and have a look, drag my Commodore 64 out and load it up and see for myself. But anyway, the next one, well, when I first got it, I'm like, they've sent me the wrong one. And I thought, well, hold on a minute, I'll just check on my eBay, you know. And It's not, it's my fault. I've not looked properly. And it's Torpedo Alley. However, it's for the Commodore 16 or Plus 4. I'm not going to include it in my collection. It's a different system at the end of the day. Again, I'll consult you guys. What do you think? I don't know. I just think it has to be Commodore 64. To me, that, even though it's the same, it's a different system, isn't it? Come on, it's like Sega Master System, Mega Drive. They're two different systems. So yeah, it's a fail on that one. So now I'm stuck with a copy of Torpedo Alley for the Commodore 16 and Plus 4. So, if you do collect for this system and you ain't got this and you want it, let me know. I'll give you it. I'll send you it free of charge. I'm going to move on to the epic. Well, I say epic fail. It is a fail, and don't know if it's on my part or CEX's part. Let me explain. The wife has recently treated me to this. It's a PS3 Scarlet. It's unboxed. It's from CEX. It was £80, and it comes with the Scarlet controller and obviously the HDMI lead and the charging cable for the controller and the power lead. No games with it, but yeah, I saw this and I really wanted it, and the wife says, well, if it's still there in a couple of weeks, I'll buy you it. She did, and got it home. Obviously I wanted to test it, even though CEX say they test them, which they do, we know they do. Whether they test them thoroughly, I don't know. But anyway, I got it home, plugged it in, nothing coming up on screen. So I'm checking the lead, still nothing. So I actually thought, well, it has got the AV port from the same as the PS1 and the PS2. So I got a spare lead out, plugged it in, and it worked fine. So I thought, there's a problem with the HDMI. I got another HDMI cable, plugged it in, still nothing. So I thought, it's a port, it's a dodgy port. So then I'm thinking, well, I'm sure they've tested this. But anyway, regardless, thought I'll take it back. Now, the day before I took it back, I cleaned it. I've told you before, I use these antibacterial wipes, and I cleaned it all over. Now, there's obviously a few scuff marks and that still, but it's in good enough condition that I'm not prepared to strip it down and clean it thoroughly. A surface clean, an external clean, to me is all that was required. So like I said, I cleaned it down, and we went to CEX the day after. We got to the White Rose, we went for a bit of tea. Unfortunately, I was called away due to a family emergency. And the wife says, if you want, I'll take the console back. So the receipt in, everything. So anyway, I returned back to CEX later on to pick the wife up, and she says, oh, they give you a no HDMI cable. And I'm like, no HDMI? Well, it won't work. They're saying it's the cable, so they give you another one. They've tested it again, so it works. Right, fine. But your warranty's void. And I'm like, hey? She says, yeah, you've chipped the console. I'm like, I haven't. She says, yeah, they're saying that the console has been damaged after it's been sold, therefore your warranty is void. And the chip in question is this corner. Let me try and focus it if I can. Try and hide my face. this here. Picking it up. Yeah, I know it's slight. And my argument is that I cleaned this down the day before. I know for a fact that wasn't there. I know for a fact. If it was, I would hold my hands up, and you know, if I had done it, I would hold my hands up and say, yeah, fair enough. But I cannot remember that being there. I would have noticed it because I cleaned it. I cleaned it all, every side. So my theory is they probably dropped it on the counter. They're saying it's been damaged before they got it. So, you know, it's my word against theirs. I know a couple of you guys have said, no, you should get in touch with them and you know, fight it out. The thing is, and the wife's saying, well, maybe it's been damaged from the house on the way to CEX. And it could well have been, I don't know. This is the thing. I don't know if it's been damaged. You know, it's been in the boot of the car. Or, I mean, I haven't packed it out or anything. I just put it in a carry bag in the car. It could have slid going round the corner. So, for the sake of the argument and for that little chip, I'm not going to bother doing anything. I'd like to say it ain't bothering me, but I don't know. But anyway, that's the dilemma I've got with the Scarlet PS3. And I'm not sure what to do, to be honest, at the moment. I keep thinking to myself, is it worth bothering with? And then the more I think about it, I think, you know, well, I've lost 2 years warranty. Perhaps, possibly, because of their fault. It's doing me head in, so I'm not going to leave it at that. I'm going to show you a few charity shop pickups. I know, I couldn't believe it myself. I've been harking on recently about other people having all the luck at charity shops, picking up good, really cheap bargains, old games and stuff like that. I mean, even the latest games, newer games, Xbox One, PS4 games, really cheap. And I never seem to get any. I never seem to find any good bargains at charity shops. However, I went into British Heart Foundation a couple of days ago and I picked up some PS2 games. Now there's nothing special or spectacular about them, but they're all complete and pretty much most of them were 99 pence. But yeah, I thought, well, actually I've not done too bad here. I'd like to think that maybe a few of these titles in CEX are worth a lot, you know, a fair few quid, but they're not. There is just one game out of the bundle which I would make about 20 pence on. So anyway, first of all we've got Meet the Robinsons. This one was $1.99 for some reason, probably because it's Walt Disney. I don't know why they think Walt Disney games worth more, I don't know. Either so, $1.99. I haven't cleaned these up yet, so I have to excuse if they're a bit grotty. Next is Men in Black 2 Alien Escape. This one was $1.99. Complete. Next we have Fahrenheit, an Atari game. This one was 99 pence. And complete with them with a couple of leaflets behind there as well. Fahrenheit. Next we've got Psyops, The Mindgate Conspiracy by Midway. 99 pence. Left the stickers on at the moment, like I said, I haven't cleaned them up yet. A little bit of marker pen on here and on the disc, but I will have a go at getting those off the marker pen, especially off the disc. The case I can replace if I need to. I think this is the game that's worth 20 pence more than what I paid for it. It was 99 pence, and it's Dr. Muto, and again it's another game by Midway. Complete. One that Pete Fighter 2 might appreciate. We've got Ultimate Pro Pinball, and this was 99 pence, and looks to be some decent tables on there, Pete. Nice and colourful, plenty of flashing lights and neons. Yeah, complete. And then lastly, game called Stolen by Blue. Developer called Blue. Never heard of him. That was 99 pence as well. And complete. So PS2 collection building up still nicely. Cheers. Oh, it's lovely. Next, right, this isn't a new pickup. If you remember in one of my other videos I mentioned that I got a big haul off a guy at work. A couple of weeks later he mentioned that I've got this PlayStation 3 for sale, and I bought this separately from him. I can't remember how much I paid for it. Maybe £60, around about that region. The model number is CECHK03. Now, when he sold me, he says, "Oh, it's the model that's backwards compatible, PS2 and PS1 games." So that's why I bought it. And I didn't do my own work, and I just bought it off him. Regardless, it's still in very, very nice condition. I've surface cleaned it. I'm showing you this because it actually came with two controllers. In the box there's only one supplied, but they're in a little bit of a dirty condition. So I've just cleaned one down and I've put it in the box. It does say it only comes with one controller, so that's what's going in, and that one I've just shown you, I'm going to clean that down. That's going to be a spare. Basically my point is, it isn't backward compatible. It's not backward compatible, because I got it out and it were only the other week actually, but when I got the capture card and I'm going to use this to record the PS2 games. And when I fired it up and I put a PS2 disc in, it was coming up disc unrecognised. I thought, maybe the disc, put another game in exactly the same. I thought, well, you never know. I put another game in, still the same. Anyway, I've googled it and it's not there. I'll just, because I've researched it, because somebody else has asked the question. It's the 80GB one, which is the same as this. Model number, what I've just told you. Does this play PS1 and PS2 games? Somebody replied, no. You have third generation 80GB PS3, which is not compatible to PS2 or PS1. The limited edition 80GB that will play PS2 games, PS1 game, was bundled with Metal Gear Solid 4 or MotorStorm, and have the SD flash readers as well as 4 USB ports. This only has the 2 and it ain't got a flash reader. Yeah, it's not the backwards compatible one, which I was led to believe. However, don't blame the lad at work. Although I don't know why he said it was, unless he's just assumed, he's obviously just assumed that this was the model that is backwards compatible. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you, because that was the recent, that was the most recent thing I've been doing, is cleaning the controller down, and now it's inside here. This is now going to go to my mum and dad's to be stored. But yeah, I mean, the box is in good condition. It's in really good condition. The console's in great condition. It was just a little dusty, but now everything's sparkly clean inside. So, staying with the same guy who I bought that off, the other day I got into work, clocked in, went into the changing rooms, and he came in with this big bag. Spa. And he says, I've got this here, don't know if you want it. I says, oh, what is it? It's a NES, the original NES. And I'm like, all right, well, yeah, I suppose, John. But I asked him, I said, how much do you want for it? He says, nothing. He says, oh no, they're not worth much. Well, I've looked on eBay and they're varying, vary between £20 and £40 unboxed. Just a standard base unit with controllers. That's basically what I've got. He has, he said there's the Zapper gun somewhere. He's going to have a look for that. There's the instruction booklet, and there's the game cartridge with Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, and I'm hoping he can get the Zapper, and then at least then it's complete for the. It comes with a power pack and the RF lead and 2 controllers. So, you know, I mean, for note, I'm not going to argue with that. Like I said, I don't own a NES. It's just a system I've never really been interested in. With the console wars, I was always a Sega fan, and so I had the Master System. Never owned the NES. I have owned the NES console previously when I used to collect years ago, because this is my second time round collecting. But yeah, I mean, I'm chuffed a bit to have that console back in my collection. It needs a good clean, and I haven't tested it yet. He says it works, so I do believe him. Although he did say that PS3 was backwards compatible, so maybe I should test it. But anyway, yeah, that's the most recent pickups. So some nice stuff. The NES, particularly for nothing, and the PS2 games. But we've got a slight fail with the Commodore 16 plus 4 Firebird game, and then a little bit more of a fail with the PS3 Scarlet. And yeah, I'm still undecided really with that. But anyway, the light's fading, so I'm gonna sign off now, and the next video is going to be the response video to David retro games played badly, games that have an emotional connection to you, or something like that. Anyway, I'll see you all later in the next video. Until then, goodbye.